Welcome back to the All Out NRL Fantasy podcast. And if you're a bandwagon of this week's show, welcome to the pod for the first time because round 21 was a special week for the All Out crew. I think we scored, 1,080 something?
1,093,
Oh, well, there we go. Even better than I thought. We had probably the best sort of buy, hold, sell from a like sort of admin.
Top heavy.
Yeah.
Top heavy side.
It was probably like the best buy, hold, sell from an admin point of view. Like we said, Nathan Cleary was an absolute must-have. I know some people in the DMs were saying, hang on a minute, we'll wait a week and see how we go. But like we said, NRL Fantasy is a thing where you just don't overthink and you just get in the players that are going to score the most points. And Nathan Cleary did that, didn't he?
Oh, well, 112 fantasy points. Hat trick as well.
Yeah.
Look, can't go past that. I think it was his first hat trick since, I think, like Magic Round against the Titans, like way back.
I put my money where my mouth is and I said that if Nathan Cleary doesn't get above 60, I'll do a half marathon. And I obliged. He was on 70 at halftime, so I was safe from the 21 Ks. I was very safe.
He was absolutely gobbling. Look, 112 points. I think there was probably the break even. I think obviously he had, I think it was like a mid 70 break even last week. I think that probably got coaches, I think, overthinking it a bit too much. I think it's as pretty straightforward as that. Obviously, he's like the GOAT of NRL fantasy. Really good matchup against the Dragons last week. Look, I guess at the end of the day, like the other people, obviously it costs you the 112 points, but he only made, I think, 33K from last week.
He's still very affordable. So
he's definitely still probably number one buy option if you didn't get him last week.
Absolutely, mate. I mean, we also said Isaiah or Yo, as I've been corrected. I've heard commentators say the same thing, but anyway.
Yeah.
He got 70 points on the weekend. A great game for him. He should have scored a try. Let's be honest. He bopped it over the line. So that should have been an extra about 18 probably points.
Yeah.
We also said Jacob Willie, Mick said, just out of the blue.
A secret one.
Just out of the blue on that clip. And he also got 58. So if you ended up picking up him, well done.
Firma went well as well.
Yeah, Firma did a good job. I was sort of hoping for a bit more, 46, but he had quite I would say an error-filled game, plus the game itself wasn't great either. So
no,
I'm happy to move on with that 46 door.
Howarth went well as well. He was our cheapie of the week last week.
Yeah, look,
44 points.
Everything we said in round 21 turned to gold, really, Dor.
Apart from Max Plath.
Yeah,
that was the only Max Plath teed off, and we said to sell.
You know what?
But look, he's probably going to be still a sell. He'll probably go back to a poor score this week.
Would you take 9 out of 10 good buys? I think you would.
I think you would, yeah. 100%. And then obviously Casey McLean, he's probably going to be cheapie of the week this week. He went very well as well. But look, Cord, let's quickly, I'll quickly just go on, touch on a few other key performers for our team. Obviously, 1,093 points on the weekend. It was actually the 1,034th best score in round 21. So there was a fair few big scores last week. Obviously, your and I's own individual teams both went well last week as well.
Yep.
And we are now into the top 2,000, brother. 1,898.
Yeah, so, look, we're Chautauqua. Anyone who knows the horse Chautauqua, she comes home late. And
we finish it. To be honest, the first season we did it, I think, or the second, I can't remember, the one where we got the number one rank, we actually started really, really well.
Yeah, we did.
And then finished poorly, where every other season it's been the opposite. We've started quite average and then finished really strong.
Yeah, I know the first 5 weeks of this year we were like 20,000th, and I was like, oh shit, here we go again. We're not going to be able to we're not going to be able to show off here. But here we are. Here we are in round 22, pushing for 1,500. So it's been an okay year, mate. We'll be.
Kiraz, you think about it as well. Not Kiraz, sorry. Ruben Garrick, he got his concussion and got us 10 points.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, if he got a decent score, look, Ruben said he wasn't concussed. Look, we'll leave that to the experts.
Look, I didn't watch the game. I saw the replay. He looked concussed.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he looked concussed.
He did look concussed, but look, it's only just coming from Ruben's mouth. He said he wasn't concussed, and Seabold wasn't happy because poor old Saab Motors went down as well, concussed. But look, if you take away that 10 points from Garrick and you give what he probably averages, which is around 44.8 points, you're getting like 1,130 odd points. So look, I'm really happy with how we're finishing. Probably need to try and get in Isaiah Yeo this week. I'm not sure how, but we need to try and figure some way to get the big man in.
Yeah, look, it's a good time to be a fantasy player because after the Origin rounds finish, sort of, you just get the guns in that you like, the pods in that you like. I'm going to say most people have about 4 or 5 trades left, so there's still room to get in those players that you want. And
100%.
this TLT, look, it's kind of...
There's not that
It's a bit
much
boring.
there.
I won't lie. It's a bit boring. We'll go through it really quickly and then we maybe say our buys of the week after the end of the pod.
Yeah. And then might just plug as well at the end just about the mixer as well for those people. Obviously, just something to do if you're eliminated from your head-to-head and obviously at the end of the fantasy season.
West Tigers versus Cows is
Bring
the
it on.
Thursday night game, Dor. Justin Olam returns from a knee injury. These West Tigers, I don't think they could get much worse, really. Clemmer is back from an ankle injury, which means Pole is sidelined. He's sidelined with a rib injury, actually, but Adam Dewey remains on the sideline as well. So, look, it gets bad to worse for the Tigers. I don't really see them not getting the wooden spoon, to be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be close. I don't know. Like the Tigers normally go not too bad against the Cowboys, to be honest. I remember last year they absolutely destroyed them in one of the games.
60 points or something, right?
Yeah, but it's either West Tigers or Para for the spoon. I guess obviously the positive from those that team list there, Cord, that you're saying is obviously Galvin was in a bit of doubt. He's obviously been named again this week. Obviously, if you've got him, he will be a hold for our buy, hold, sell.
Yep.
Obviously, Coruscant was versatile, played a bit of 7 and 9 last week. He went really well. So if you got Appy, definitely hold. Obviously, Finu didn't have the best, but it's probably a luxury trade if you're going to try and get him, unless you're going to be upgrading to like a Isaiah Yeo or a real gun. I wouldn't be getting rid of Finu. He's obviously playing 80 minutes on the edge. And IPAP made a great return for the Tigers as well. I wouldn't be going out and getting him, but just it's good. But I'd rather IPAP go bad. So he's probably the most purchased player next year for the Panthers because he is going to be deadly running off Cleary next season.
Yeah, look, IPAP's a good one because John Bateman's now back to the Super League. We're not sure what's going on there,
Probably
to be honest.
won't come home.
Probably won't come back.
Come back. He'll stay at home.
IPAP is probably a good option, to be honest. The Cowboys, not really much fantasy news here.
Just Cotter,
obviously. Yeah, obviously out. Lukey returns, which means Fine Fuiaki goes back to the bench. For the Waz against the Eels on Friday night, SJ is back, which means if you're a Tamari Martin owner, you will not be happy because his sort of performances decline when SJ is back.
Well, he's been completely dropped.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, completely dropped. Harris Tavita's kept the 6 jersey.
Wow, he has been hard done by.
Yeah, that's why I can't really recommend Harris Tavita as a buy because I'm just worried that Martin will come back in. The other thing on the Warriors team list as well is that obviously RTS was one that we spoke up quite highly, and obviously everyone knows how he performs at fullback, but he's been shifted back to the wing with CNK coming back. So if you've got RTS, I'd definitely hold. He's got to still break like a low break even. I think he's got a break even of 2. So definitely hold him. But it's obviously not the news that you want. Break even to 17, sorry. So it's still low. But I'd rather him at center. At wing, than center. Just think because you get through a bit more work there. But apart from that, obviously Dylan Walker, we touched on a few weeks ago, has been great. Mitch Barnett's obviously been a bit not as good as he was pre-Origin debut, but he's obviously still been very good as well. And obviously, if you haven't got this man, Fanua Blake looks like he's woken up and he looks like he can't wait to get to Shark Park because he is gobbling of late. I'm so glad we held on to him because he obviously dipped in a bit of form there.
Try scoring machine, mate.
But yeah, if you haven't got AFB, he's definitely one to get in. On to the Eels, brother.
Yeah, no changes for the Eels. It was good to see the ones that I held, Maddo and Bryce Cartwright, both put up really good scores.
100%.
Cartwright, like I said, NRL Fantasy needs to change their scoring because Bryce Cartwright can go into contact, tiniest bit of contact, by the way. Pass and offload, that's 4 points, which is pretty much the same as a try assist.
Well, he is the leading offloader in the NRL through 21 rounds.
It just needs to be changed, and it's a call that...
look, yeah, as
out to NRL Fantasy people, It's got to change.
At the same time, though, Cord, you got to sort of benefit from those things. You
Yeah, you
know,
do.
if their players got a real good offload in their game, you need to if
4 points
keep
though.
them in.
It's either tries just have to go up to like 8 and then tries go to like 14, or offloads just go back to 2 points.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying anything against it. I'm just saying, you got to do your selections around that, getting the offloads, getting special points. So
Yeah. No changes for the Dolphins, unchanged 17 for them. Look, as a Dolphins fan, I'm quite disappointed in the last couple of weeks. Like we're definitely going to miss the finals now for sure.
yeah, it's going to be close. I don't know for sure, but it's obviously Roosters this week's going to be a tough one.
Especially with Joey Manu back, which is probably the biggest news of TLT this week.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, brother. I think the only thing just on, look, if you didn't sell Plath last week, you can obviously just hold him for now, but he's probably going to be a sell again soon. He got a lot of points from that one line break and a couple of busts through there. Hammer, obviously, as well. The Dolphins really had no ball at all in the second half. If you got the hammer in like we did last week, just hold. It'll definitely, hopefully, bounce back this week.
Yeah, he was on like 24 at halftime and got 6 points in the second half. Yeah. So I would be holding. Definitely.
Teddy, beautiful bounce back.
Yeah, we did that
lovely
bounce back
from Teddy.
Again, another quiet sort of second half. So did a lot of work in the first half there.
He was on fire at the start. Holy, yeah, no. I think the only other thing with the Roosters, like you said, Cord, the big news of Joey Manu coming back. I wouldn't be rushing to get him personally, Cord.
600K?
Yeah, look, I want to see 99 break even.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I would just get, he could get 60 or 70 points, but just give him 1 week and then potentially get him in. Let me just quickly check, Cord, actually, now that I think of it. When's the Roosters bye? Because it could be potentially next round.
Yeah, it is.
So I'd just be, it is next round. So round 24, pencil in, Joey Manu round. Get him in.
I love it, Dor. Titans versus Bronx. Now, this is a really, really good game, mate. I know you're quite disappointed from the week before against the loss against Dogs. But
it's awful, brother. It's awful.
Both these teams theoretically are still in finals chances. The Titans are absolutely flying. Des Hazard's gone with the same 17.
Oh, why would you change?
Why
brother?
would
They've
you
been
change?
Gobbling.
And of course, Selwyn Cobbo has been left out of the side, and Corey Oates comes in on the wing for him. Mate, how do you see this game falling out?
I think it's going to be a good one. I really do. Obviously, like you said, this is it. Like the Broncos had one life. They used that one life last week. God, it was awful. Anyway, and I think that this game should be really good. Obviously, like you said, the Broncos were rubbish on the weekend defensively, and their offense wasn't great either. But obviously, the Titans have been playing some really good footy. I think they've really adapted to Dez's play style and are really warming to him as a coach.
Yeah, agreed.
I think the Titans should be favourites. Even though that we played well against Newcastle the week before last, we were really poor on the weekend. I think there's like under 500 tickets left, so I think it's going to be a sellout down there on the Goldie. But look, Broncos, if you're watching, it's actually my birthday on Saturday, and if there's one present that I want on Saturday, it is a Broncos win. So go out there and get the dub for me, please.
Amen, brother.
I'm begging.
Amen.
Or otherwise our season's over.
Look, Dor, it's going to be a very good game, and a lot of queries and questions about buys this week. I'm of the opinion that you shouldn't buy Payne Haas because with the limited amount of trades that people have got, the Broncos have a buy in round 25, which means you buy him this week, sure, he might get 60. He's then going to not be playing next week, which is the first round of everyone's league's finals. So I'm just not sure if it's worth it.
So he's got 2 weeks. So he's got this week, and then next week he plays.
And then the buy round.
And then the buy round.
So I'm not sure if it's worth having an 800K player sit there for the buy when you can buy Isaiah. Yeah, you can buy
100%. I don't think we would really need to. I agree wholeheartedly. I think Haas is probably maybe someone you keep that trade for.
Yeah.
And if someone goes down injured that
After
you were
his
talking
bye.
about, after his buy for those last few rounds, you get him in.
Yeah, agreed. For the Storm Dragons game, Cameron Munster moves to the starting side. Tyron Wishart moves to the interchange.
Sell.
And Farlongo moves to the 18th man. Probably
For
another one that we got
to
wrong
Wishart.
on the weekend was Wishart. We did say sell purely because you'd think that Munster would come on, right?
We obviously I obviously wasn't on in the buy hold sell. I had my lovely segment of
On the phone.
on the phone. Was a bit unwell last week, but look, I just think that we sort of said in the comments in the templates as well. We said if you wanted to sell him, you could, but otherwise you could obviously keep him. But look, obviously with him being moved to the bench now. I know he's still got 52 points, but his break even's up to 60. In my opinion, you've got to sell him this week. Just because obviously if he comes on and has a short stint, obviously you can't predict injuries. I think you've got to sell him with that break even of 60 because if he gets like a 10 or something like that, he's going to lose a fair bit of money.
Yep.
So I think Wishart is wholeheartedly, unfortunately, he's been great for coaches. He's a sell.
He's got to go. For the Drags, Sloane's back in the number 1 jersey. Not really much fantasy news here. There never much is for the Dragons. They're always pretty mid for fantasy-wise. So
apart from Little Willie,
he's still a buy, and I'm staying
Willie's
on that
been
hill. He's been
great.
very good.
Lomax is solid as well.
Yeah.
If you wanted to Dragons players.
Yep.
And if you still got Jack DeBellin, delete your team because he has just been awful.
Sharks, Rabbits, mate. Will Kennedy is back from suspension after bumping into a referee. Ronaldo's out, so if you have Ronaldo, get rid of him.
Yeah, out for 4 weeks.
Hazelton-
Stone Street. He's
Stone
back.
Street. Probably one of the great NRL names, Sam Stone Street. Rose Hunt returns after missing last week due to illness and comes in for Hazelton due to a foot injury. For the Rabbitohs, Cameron Murray is back from a 2-game ban, which is great for him.
I wouldn't be rushing to get him though. Just on the he's obviously still on the he's playing on the edge now with how good Keon has been.
Koala, he's going well, isn't he?
Break even of 60. You could get Murray if you wanted this week, but I'd wait a week.
Another 74 for Koala on the weekend. He has been nothing short of special.
Just completely off topic, Cord. This might get you chuckling. I've just thought of something while we're thinking. Just obviously the Olympics is on at the moment, and I know you and I were watching the other night the women's time trial, and I'm thinking that the over in France with those wet conditions that the riders could actually have used some stone streets rather than the cobblestone because the cobblestone was causing all sorts of grief.
The cobblestone was not friendly to the American Britain riders.
No, the American, and then the poor old guy was getting out with the new bike, and he stacked it as well. Oh, the cobblestone. They needed Stone Street. Maybe that could be an omen. Maybe it's time to get Samuel Stone Street.
You know what? I'll back him for a try this weekend. Samuel
surely
Stone
he's
Street.
going over.
Come on, Stone Street.
On to the next one, Cord.
Yeah.
Panthers and Knights.
Yeah, Panthers, Knights. Look, again, Nathan Cleary, if he wasn't a buy last week, he definitely is this week. Absolute must-have. Not really much else news. If you have James Fisher-Harris, he's been injured. He's got a groin injury, so he's probably a sell now.
We don't really know exactly. He haven't really said how long he's going to be out for. But yeah, I just wait and see. There's not really, apart from Isaiah Yo's the clear standout for the Panthers forward pack. Obviously, Nathan Cleary is another great buy. Casey McLean, if you're looking for a bit of a cash down option, he's probably definitely cheapy of the week. And then obviously with that sickening head clash, I think it was between Finai and Iongi, not Iongi, sorry, Dane Laurie on the weekend. Obviously ruled both of them out this week. So, yeah, Isaiah Yongi, I hope that pronounced that correctly, is now the new fullback for Penrith this weekend. I'm pretty sure it's his debut as well, so I wish Isaiah all the best this weekend.
Yeah,
onto the Newcastle side, Cord.
Yeah, well, it's about time that Jackson Hastings gets dropped because...
Helmet.
I'm not sure if he does any good for the Knights, and I say that respectfully. I think Ponga is just your marquee man. You need his hands on the footy as much as he can, and he just doesn't get the footy. And Hastings refused to pass him. Anyway, that's another topic.
Yeah, no. Hopefully it works out better for Ponga.
Yeah, if Crossland comes in for the 7 jersey, Jaden Brayley then moves to the hooker role.
What about Fletcher Sharpie?
Sharpie,
He's on the bet, on the wing, sorry, on the sting.
yeah, look, if you somehow
held him.
hold Sharp, you're
was me.
laughing. Yeah, I also hold him, so I'm happy days.
Oh, there we go, brother.
Yeah, happy
We're
days.
winning. We're winning. Obviously, Pierce Ball, just hold for now. But like, if you wanted to move him up, because the thing is now with the injury to Best, is Lucas is going to be staying in the centres, I'd say, probably for the rest of the season. And we move on to the Bulldogs and Raiders Cord. What have we got there, brother?
Bulldogs, 2 big ins, mate, for them. Stephen Crichton is in. And look, after missing a fair few weeks, Josh Adokar is back on the sting, which means Jacob Carraz also moves back on the wing as well. Blake Wilson, probably unlucky to get removed there. He's probably playing some good footy.
Yeah, not too bad at all.
And Skelton make way for the Raiders. Look, they're going great guns heading into the finals. Not sure if they'll get there, but they're definitely playing good, mate.
Yeah, 100%. The Raiders have been really solid of late, brother. Obviously Jamal Fogarty, he has been truly special. He is probably the buy of the week. If you haven't got Nathan Cleary, he's probably the next best.
Agreed.
Next best buy. And obviously Hudson Young has been in some serious form of late. I think he's got back-to-back 80s. So he has just been killing it of late. And just quickly on the Dogs, that one thing I wanted to touch on was obviously I called in last week, Jacob Preston. He was outstanding. And obviously Kiraz as well. If you haven't got him, he's been outstanding. And Tom Starling was one I also forgot to mention from the Raiders. He has been,
he's been really
good.
Yep.
As well, Cord. Anything else you got to say, brother? Obviously, not that much happening this week in TLT, but we had a bit of fun, and
look, I think it's been a valuable listen for anyone that's tuned in for this long.
Yeah,
Buy hold sell's going to be a good one this week. The boys will be on for that. That'll be out Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah.
Look, again, make sure to subscribe, follow the Instagram. We're doing really good things on the Instagram.
plenty of good memes and templates and whatnot, trying to keep up to date.
Only about 8-9 weeks left in the NRL, mate, and that's 2024 done, which is just ridiculous. So
yeah, the season has gone quick, but look, Cord, there is an opening.
There is an opening.
Yeah. Like, look, we've obviously done this the last couple of seasons. But if you haven't, you can obviously join our all-out league code for Mixer, which is obviously just NRLW. Obviously runs all the way like after the regular season when fantasy finishes. So if you've been kicked out of your head-to-head comp and that's all you play, you can join the Mixer League. Obviously, there's prizes to be won every week.
Sure is.
And then if you can somehow beat us, then you can win an all-out hat as well. I'm not going to say the code. There's a post on our Instagram page and Facebook as well. So go join that league and have a bit of fun with us. Happy to help you out with your trades and whatnot as well. I think that's it, Cord.